Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Kim Miller begins now.
Good evening, everyone. A stoush has erupted between the major parties over a star Labor candidate's eligibility to contest the election, with one expert saying it could even trigger the need for an election rerun. Both sides have legal advice to support their claims, and it's overshadowing their announcements on the campaign trail.
She's a well-known figure in Tasmania's union movement, but the Liberals believe Jess Monday's run for state politics should be short-lived.
We've received advice from a leading Tasmanian barrister who, in his expert opinion, has stated that Ms Monday is ineligible to stand in the seat of Franklin.
Former Tasmanian Bar President and Senior Counsel Chris Gunson says Monday's paid role on the Board of Work Cover is the problem, and it's counted as an office of profit appointed by the Governor, claiming that's a no-no under the Constitution Act.
Dean Winter has absolutely failed one of his candidates in Franklin.
But Labor's legal advice from former Solicitor General Michael O'Farrell claims that doesn't prohibit her from running.
There was an amendment that was passed through the Parliament 80 years ago. So for 80 years, somebody in Jess's circumstances has been eligible to run for Parliament.
This is just Trump-style politics of misinformation.
Monday's potential dilemma was previously flagged by Eric Abetz, the Liberals not confirming if they will take action.
Eric Abetz needs to drop his super weird obsession with me, and if he wants to challenge my eligibility, I welcome him to come and say that to my face.
As Labor today rolls out its first campaign health promise.
This is a game-changing $2 million commitment to Family Planning Tasmania to enable them to extend their work into cities, towns and regions around our state.
We have staff that are willing and able, and we'd love to support our rural and regional GPs in providing additional services in remote communities.
Meanwhile, the Liberals maintain focus on their key insurance promise of reduced premiums for homes and businesses.
What does the future hold? Does it hold $20,000 bills? Or does it hold no option for insurance at all?
We cannot afford not to act. This is really hurting Tasmanian families and small businesses and community groups.
As both parties hope their plans are hitting home. Anthony Dodd, 7 Tasmania News.
The Greens have lifted the hood on their ambition to create new automotive training opportunities, specialising in electric and hybrid vehicles through TasTAFE. The party wants $30 million provided for a centre of excellence in the state south.
We have seen an increase in hybrid cars and electric vehicles on the road. We want to make sure that our apprentices are coming through are those that can actually provide what's needed.
This is the opportunity that Tasmania has to take now to ensure that we are on the front foot when it comes to automotive. Otherwise, we are going to get left behind.
Their election commitment comes after several automotive teachers were recently cut from TasTAFE's Hobart campus. In a world first, a pair of nurses working in our schools has been celebrated with a prestigious honour. The Daisy Awards are recognised internationally and reward those who make a profound difference in the lives of their patients.
Celebrating an exciting world first, our state's best school nurses recognised with a new award.
Bewildering, a bit strange, but it is an honour.
Selected from 42 nominees across Tasmania, Ashley and Tom topped the charts with more than a dozen recommendations each.
What shone through in their nominations was their connection to the children and young people that they work with.
There is no greater job you can do than to help support our community and our students.
School nurses do much more than patch up schoolyard scrapes. For the past decade, they've been an important part of life in our classrooms, from kinder to grade 12.
It might be helping them to understand what a healthy lunchbox looks like. It might be helping them to understand how to access healthcare.
Ashley works across primary, high school and college years, meaning every day is different.
I do a lot of one-on-one intervention with students, a lot of counselling and mental health support. We're in classrooms doing education, we're doing kinder health checks, which are always great fun.
Now recognised in 38 countries, Daisy Award winners have access to scholarship programs and research grants. But for these nurses, the real prize is the work they get to do every day.
You can leave work at the end of the day and your bucket has been filled up by the wonderful children because they give so much. We give, but they give back tenfold.
Annie Green, 7 Tasmania News.
A Launceston school has been honoured for its fundraising efforts after a record run at this year's Relay for Life. St Patrick's College students raised more than $14,000 at this event, an all-time high.
A lot of us use social media to sort of spread awareness for it.
I think we should throw down a bit of a challenge to all the other high schools in Lonnie to be on the track next March in 2026.
Every dollar raised stays in Tasmania for the Cancer Council's programs. In the heart of Hobart, the Hamlet Cafe is transforming lives through training and paid employment for people living with disability. The social enterprise has helped hundreds of Tasmanians into the workforce, but it's calling for greater government backing.
Hobart's Hamlet Cafe is brewing more than coffee. The social enterprise empowering people living with disability.
A lot of our participants don't neatly fit in other boxes, and they do need a high level of wraparound support, and that's what social enterprise exists for.
Upskilling in customer service, cooking and job readiness, employing over 750 Tasmanians in almost a decade. It's aimed to break down barriers to employment.
Low literacy rates, low access to transport, food insecurity, housing, mental health concerns. There's a whole array of barriers.
Youth Employment Initiative Trouble Smiths also providing support for 15 to 24-year-olds who are disengaged from education or at risk of long-term unemployment.
Gain that additional support so they can go on to lead a productive and fulfilled life.
While both organisations have proven successful, there are calls for the next government to implement a social enterprise strategy for Tasmania.
They would be clearly looked after under Department of Premier and Cabinet, that there would be a government procurement policy that would encourage support for social enterprise.
As well as ongoing funding to pave the way for a more inclusive future.
We're really keen on the approach for secure funding. That is one of our major challenges.
Added to the wish list this election. Rebecca Gaidanera, 7 Tasmania News.
With school holidays underway, families are ready to chase the sun and make the most of the break. But police are reminding everyone, whether flying or driving, to put safety first as they prepare for one of the busiest travel periods of the year.
Thank you very much. Have a great day, guys.
Checking out of winter in search for some warmer weather.
We're heading up to Palm Cove and then the Gold Coast after that.
We're going to do Cairns and Port Douglas and the Wet Sundays as well.
We're off to Melbourne, but we're on our way to Bali. It's bloody freezing down here in Hobart.
And these families aren't the only ones. Hobart Airport seeing a 20% increase in people through its doors.
Over the next fortnight, we're going to see around 130,000 passengers through our doors here at Hobart Airport. That's an average of around 9,000 passengers a day.
For those staying closer to home, authorities are urging caution on the roads, warning it's one of the busiest travel periods of the year.
Take some extra precautions, take care and really plan their trip.
This year there have been 27 road fatalities compared to only 10 at the same time last year. And with winter well and truly upon us, police are urging those on the road to drive to the conditions.
The weather this time of year can be really icy, especially in those country areas.
As travel ramps up and the temperature drops, one message remains clear: safety comes first.
Take your time, don't be distracted, put on your seatbelt, don't drive under the influence of alcohol or drugs, and make sure that you give yourself enough time to make the journey safely for you, your family and everyone else on the road.
Lily Thompson, 7 Tasmania News.
More than 30,000 good reads are being sorted for an even greater cause. Variety's Monster Book Fair returning for another year, and with a whole range of goodies available for pocket change, there's sure to be some hidden treasures.
Books, DVDs, puzzles, games.
The annual event aiming to raise $20,000 for the charity school programs.
Simply because the need for this year has spiked and has increased. So we noticed about 25% increase on demand for our grants and programs.
Bookworms can stock up on their favourite reads at Hobart's Princess Wharf tomorrow and Sunday between 9 and 3. A grade 6 student with a heart of gold will be a little chillier tonight after taking part in the world's greatest shave. Dustin's chop causing quite the buzz at his Launceston school, St Thomas More's, as classmates turned out to watch the haircut.
And there it is, great job.
Oh well, friends and teachers each taking a turn to snip a waist-long plait from the school captain's head. The 12-year-old raised more than $3,000 for the Cancer Council, 3 times his original goal.
I like helping people, and if I raise enough money, I could get treatment for someone, and I know that'll change someone's life.
Dustin's donating the hair to make wigs for others affected by cancer.
It might have been a balmy 23 degrees at Brisbane Airport this morning, but the Queenslanders aren't worried about the chill in Latrobe tomorrow. Feeling buoyed by the 50th anniversary of the first time the Maroons beat the map. And while they're bringing down a very different team from last year's 46-point loss to Tassie, they know what they're up against.
I think it'll be a tough contest. They'll definitely come hard early, especially like last year, the way they started. So I think we will be ready from the jump and see how it goes.
Girls are so talented. We've got lots of skills and lots of players from different areas. So they've got lots of experience to bring to the team, and there's some really young, exciting players coming in as well.
Queensland women are going for 3 straight wins. After watching the Canes lift the silverware last year, the women are hungrier than ever to claim their maiden WBBL trophy.
It was unbelievable for what the boys did, and it'd be really cool if we could sort of replicate that and do it in our own way and bring a bit of success in the WBBL space on the girls' side.
Keeping Nicola Carey around certainly won't hurt their chances. The Canes' second leading wicket taker signing on for another 2 years. Meanwhile, the men are about to test their mettle against some of the world's best in South America. There will be no better prep for the season ahead than the global T20 Super League in Guyana, which pits the champion teams from domestic competitions around the world against each other.
We've compiled a good group of players where we've got a great domestic list, and those of our Hurricanes players who can go, we know are world-class players, so we're looking forward to playing some really good cricket.
Once they recover from the 30-hour flight, they face the Dubai Capitals just after midnight our time next Friday. South Hobart desperately need a favourable result in the WSL this weekend if they're to catch up with the powerhouse Devonport Strikers. If the top of the table clash goes Devonport's way, it'll almost certainly see them finish the season on top of the ladder.
They're really explosive up front. They're super creative. They've got, not one key player, but they've got a great array of players.
We stick with our plan, stick with the messaging, and they know what their jobs are. It's automatic for them now.
South Hobart sits 11 points behind Devonport in the standings. Most coaches would be nervous at the prospect of losing one of their key stars, but Scott Roth says he's fine with the prospect of Will Magnay moving on to bigger and better things. Magnay is currently in the United States training with an NBA side before he plays with the Boomers.
These guys are chasing dreams, and as a coach, when you see players fulfill potential that they didn't know they had inside of them, those are the most exciting moments for me.
The roster is looking very different after an off-season clear-out, including imports Jordan Crawford and Milton Doyle, but Roth knew what he was after as he went to market.
We feel like we have 3 dynamic players that are in the pick and roll with Magnay, Bannon and Dang, and so we wanted to make sure we had multiple ball handlers there, and we wanted to improve our overall shooting just in general. Obviously, scoring was a huge problem for us last year.
A new captain hasn't been locked in yet after the retirement of Clint Steindl. That role will be voted on by the players once they've had a chance to come together. And Kim, that's sport.
OK, thank you, Nick. Well, Kaya will join us after the break with the weather forecast.
Good evening and happy Friday. Hobart climbed to 12 today. A cool day in Launceston, just 9 degrees. Devonport and Burnie both 13. King Island, friendly beaches, Smithton and Strawn 15, 14 on Flinders and also at St Helens. Lowhead, Maria Island and Grove 13, 11 at Bushy Park. 8 in Laiwini, another freezing night there though, -6 recorded. The satellite shows cloud about the central north and northwest today as high cloud approached the state from the west, bringing very little rain, just 2 millimetres in fact at Cape Sorel. High-level cloud increased across the Bight and along coastal SA and Victoria. Tomorrow the high will shift from the coast of New South Wales, maintaining the ridge to our east. Northerly winds 10 to 20 knots about the west. Southwesterly swells sit at 2 metres in the west and south. A partly cloudy 14 in Hobart tomorrow, 14 also in Medina. They're in for a morning frost, conditions much the same in Oatlands with 11 degrees the top. A little cloudy in Launceston 15, clearing showers in Devonport 14, Lyowini aiming for just 7 degrees. A few showers in Burnie 14, partly cloudy in Strawn and Marrawar with 15 expected there. Those partly cloudy skies extend to the east at Helens and Swansea 15 and 14 in Orford. Morning fog will cause poor visibility on Sunday morning as frosts continue across the state. The east are in for some light showers, but it will remain fine elsewhere. Light showers about the northwest on Monday as we wake to more valley fog and a patchy frost. And on Tuesday, showers statewide, more likely about the north and west. As the weekend fast approaches, here's what is in store across the nation tomorrow. A lovely 29 degrees in Darwin and Broome, fine in Melbourne 17, a little cloudy over Sydney with 19 degrees. Kim, here are our current temperatures. I'll be back with you on Monday.
Okay, we will see you then. And that is all your news for now. Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend, everyone. Good night.